So a couple of hours ago, Flau'jae Johnson and LSU came up against the number 1 overall seed UCLA, and it was UCLA who came out on top in what was a weird game. It was a weird game, a weirdly refereed game, a weirdly played game. I think overall, over the course of the game, I think UCLA probably deserved to win that game as a team. But like, there were a load of weird plays where it's like there was an out of bounds play that clearly went off Kiki Rice, but also was a clear technical foul because like Kim Mulkey was on the court so much that she interfered with the play, and it was given as a UCLA ball, which was the wrong call. And there's no, because it wasn't the last 2 minutes, you can't go to the video. There's no coaching challenges. There was a load of weird things. Lauren Betts shoved somebody into Anissa Morrow and it nearly broke her nose. It was such a weird game. It was really such a weird game. And one thing I will say is, yeah, Flau'jae Johnson comes out. Take Flau'jae Johnson over Olivia Miles. I don't care. Take Flau'jae. If you're the Washington Mystics, take both of them. Because there's no way in hell Olivia Miles is going number 2. If you're dead set on Olivia Miles, take both of them. Forget Sonia Citron. She's a player. She'll be there at 6. If you want a big, Kiki Iriafen will be there at 6 as well, because anyone that's smart is taking Anissa Morrow with that 5th pick. Like, Anissa Morrow, she didn't have 10 boards, but she nearly broke her damn nose. She got shoved. Lauren Betts shoved the player into Anissa Morrow, and it busted her nose. And Anissa Morrow comes back in with a busted nose. I don't know if it was broken or not. Comes back in with a busted nose and is still taking elbows from Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts played, 6 minutes in the first half and 19 in the second half? She had 11 points in the second half. She had 6 blocks. And the thing is with her, she literally frees up everything because she draws a double team every time. Like, players are double teaming her before she gets the ball. Their whole defense was collapsing in on her. And what that did was it freed up Hakwes to shoot 4 or 5 from 3. It freed up Gardner to shoot 5 of 8 from 3. Another thing I will say is Janiah Barker, go back to school. Go back to school for another year. Like, everyone thought when she was at Texas A&M that she was can I not find her other season stats? Everyone thought when she was at Texas A&M that she was going to be a near lottery pick. Like, a lot of people had her going top 4. But last season when she shot in the 30s from 3, she shot 15.6% from 3 this year. Like, on, not only that, like, she did it on a 3 attempt per game, but all in all, she had 1.5 assists to 2.3 turnovers. Can't shoot the ball at all. There's flashes for Janiah Barker. She's a good defender. I'm sorry, like, there is no scenario where Janiah Barker should not just go back to college for another year. Finish it out. Get your NIL money. Just finish it out. But, yeah. So, Kiki Rice had an off game. It really was Hakwes and Gardner. Gardner coming in with 5 of 8 from 3. She hit 3 threes. Was it 3 threes back to back to back in the second quarter to get them back into it? In the fourth, it looked like it was going to be game over. UCLA pulled a good bit ahead. And UCLA had an 11-point lead off a Lauren Betts shot. So the possession before, they hit a huge 3, I think, was it? Yeah, Gardner made a huge 3, then Lauren Betts scored. And 11-point game with 6 minutes to go. And they brought it all the way back to 3, if I'm not mistaken. It was 11, and they managed to bring it back to 3. And then Hakwes, they just couldn't score for a while. Like, just neither teams were scoring. And in the end, look, UCLA hit their free throws. But Flau'jae really tried to will her team back into that game. Flau'jae had a Paige Beckers-esque half. She had 24 in the second half. It's a damn good UCLA team. And look, Flau'jae Johnson, in my opinion, you consider her at number 1 if she goes for the draft. And I don't care about I don't care how good Paige Beckers is. Flau'jae is 2 years younger than Paige. Or is she more than 2 years younger? What age is Flau'jae Johnson? Is she 3 years younger than Paige? No, 2 years, surely. She's November 2003. Yeah, she's 2 years younger than Paige. I don't know. Like, I genuinely think, and she is star power wise an equal of Paige Beckers. Now, this is where, look, I understand Olivia Miles is out of that conversation. I got duped by Olivia Miles at the start of the season play, and I'll put my hand up. Paige is significantly better than Olivia Miles, and I still think you take Paige Beckers, but there is conversations to be had. Just like there's conversations for Dominique Malonga. But I do think when it comes to Dominique Malonga is that she's a project player and you don't want to take a project at number 1. It's fine. Take her at number 2. But then there's also conversations between the Seattle Storm. Do you take Flau'jae? Because Flau'jae instantly comes in as a starter at the 2. If you're the Seattle Storm, there's a good chance that, you are looking at it and saying, you know what? This is perfect for us if Flau'jae goes into the draft. But overall, I think UCLA are going to be such a tough team for UConn to beat. I don't think El Alfie can guard Lauren Betts. She is the best at just making herself big under the basket. She's a good finisher. I think LSU did a really good job on her. And it was funny, like everyone complaining, I think was it Smith blocked her, but it was like clean on the ball block. But it was funny because right before the block, Smith caught her arm, smacked her in the face, and then she just got a clean block in the ball. Everyone was like, that was clean. It was a bad call. It's like, Lauren Betts gets smacked in the face every single time she touches the ball. She gets hacked. And in fairness, like, her trying to be physical back busted freaking Nisa Morrow's nose. If the referees just stopped allowing people maul Lauren Betts off the ball, like, but at the same time, like, she's so big that you have to allow some form of contact. Otherwise, like, she's almost, I'm not comparing her to a Shaq, but, like, that's maybe the best comparison that I can give, because it's hard to explain, because obviously Shaq can get up and down faster. Lauren Betts, in fairness to her stamina is not the greatest, but like just in her ability to just overpower people and just get into position, like she's like a less skilled Liz Cambridge. Like that's kind of what reminds me of just her physical presence. Like Camila Cardoso is as strong and as big as Lauren Betts. The difference is with Cardoso doesn't make herself big. Her flaw is that ceiling and ability to get the ball. Like if you gave Lauren Betts Cardoso's finishing, or you gave Cardoso Lauren Betts' ability to seal and make herself big, you've got the best player in the world right there. So it is an interesting one, but I am a huge, what Lauren Betts does for this UCLA team, what they can do playing around her. Like she's not the best passer out of the post, but she's very in hitting players. But at the same time, the amount of gravity she draws is unlike any college player. There is no college player that draws double teams before they get the ball, like Lauren Betts. And the way she's being guarded and the gravity she creates for their players is almost like a prime Shaq. And I hate using that example because I'm not saying she's like prime Shaq, but it's almost like how you would have to guard a prime Shaq. You would have to basically front the inbound and have someone in behind, and she seals too well and the team hits her too well. That's hard to do, and because of the gravity of Lauren Betts, you're leaving her open so often. So I'm really high on this UCLA team. I thought LSU were going to win. I did. That was my prediction that LSU were going to go and win this game today. And I was wrong. And in fairness, if you told me that Lauren Betts was going to play 6 minutes in the first half, I would have said LSU were going to win this game. If you told me Flau'jae was going to have an absolute masterclass, one of her best games in college, I would have told you, no, there's no way that UCLA win, but they managed to do it because the rest of this team, this whole team plays defense. Lauren Betts is also an unbelievable defender. They all play defense. They all a lot of them can shoot the ball. And if you're going 10 for 24 from 3, you're gonna win a lot of these games. You're gonna win a lot of games, and trust me on this. I think UCLA might be one of the toughest outs, and UConn UCLA is gonna be such an interesting one, because I think UCLA, not that anyone can really guard Paige, but they have as good players available to guard Paige, and you've also got the ability. You've got Lauren Betts, who you have to play Al Alfie to guard Lauren Betts, because there's no way Sarah Strong is going to be able to. You can't really guard Lauren Betts without being in foul trouble, so you're going to have to put Al Alfie on the court. And if you have El Alfie, you have Lauren Betts under the basket, so you can just start funneling people into Lauren Betts. And then if you have Sarah Strong at the 5, Sarah Strong's going to get in foul trouble. It's such a tough matchup for anyone, a player as good as Lauren Betts. Who do I predict is going to win this Final Four game? Look, it's assuming UCLA beat USC, which I think they're going to do. I think it'll be a lot tougher than people think. But I think in that Final Four game, if that is the Final Four game, I'm calling UConn, but it's going to be so close. It could be the game of the year. But anyway, I'll see you guys.